Before we publicly convict Jay-Z of a heinous crime against a 13-year-old girl, I just want to ask a few questions. What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. I appreciate you, gang. Listen, I have been on Twitter, Facebook, different forms of social media, and I have seen pretty much a divide, but the divide is awful because there is no middle ground. Very few people are reserving judgment. It is all one side or all the other. It is absolutely, I'm just going to be honest, it's low-key disgusting to me how it's so divisive. This thing about Jay-Z, Diddy, the lawsuit, 13-year-old girl, Tony Busby, this stuff is a full-on mess, but I have a few questions. Just give me a second to ask a few honest questions about this lawsuit now that I know a little bit more, right? I know a little bit more of what's being said, and I just got a few questions because I know I'm supposed to immediately fall in line with this Black Twitter narrative, which is like 85% that you have to automatically, as soon as a rapper or celebrity is accused, you have to immediately get in line. You have to get in your Cat Williams stance and be like, Cat Williams told you they were going to come to truth in 2024. I understand all that, but sometimes I like to use critical thinking. So I just want to ask a few questions. And I know this could get me in trouble, but at this point, it's whatever, right? I may be asking some things that people really find offensive, but I have to ask it. I'm just a critical thinking person. Okay? A lot of people in my comments from my last video telling me, how could you think that this guy, you don't know this guy, you don't know what he does in his personal time. Why do you just feel you can defend it? I'm not defending anybody. I'm not defending Jay-Z. I am basically saying some of this stuff ain't adding up. And I feel like I don't believe this guy character has shown over this 25 years that he's a person that would do something like this. Yeah, Diddy, yeah, sure. We've been talking about Diddy since Pac was here, after Pac, after Biggie. We've been accusing Diddy of heinous stuff for years. We've never accused Jay-Z of nothing like this. The only two things they got is Beyonce was young when he met her, and he low-key was trying to get Aaliyah. Aaliyah passed away in what year? That's over 20 years ago. You have nothing in between that, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. We don't have nothing on Jay. So as a person who looks at character, who looks at smoke where there's fire, I don't see the smoke. They're all in my comments. Well, by association, he must know. I know a lot of dudes that I don't do stuff with them. Right? They may come to the brunch. They may come to the Rock Nation brunch. We may do beats together. We may have 20 years of history, but I don't be in their bedroom. I'm not at their freak-offs. Now, I just got a few questions about this lawsuit. First of all, let's start with the fact that it's a civil suit. I'm going to be the first to tell you, if I was 13, if Diddy and a unnamed female and Jay-Z gave me a drink, made me woozy at the VMA after party in New Jersey, where I hitched a ride to in a random limousine. It's all, I need to know these answers. I'm 13, I'm a female, I'm alone. I end up getting to, how creepy is the limousine driver, first of all, to be like, yeah, Diddy likes him young. Let me get, let's start with that guy. See, there's a lot in this lawsuit I need answers for. So there's a 13-year-old, and I'm not trying to disrespect the now 37-year-old defendant, right? But her story is she was 13. She went to a line of limousines that was taking people to the VMAs after party. She got in contact. She met a limo driver, right, who said, oh, Diddy likes him young. You'll fit right in. Took her to this party in New Jersey, right? She gets there. She's forced to sign an NDA. Where's the NDA? See, a lot of this stuff going to have to be proven in court. This is where we got to get it. A lot of people on Twitter are locked in. I saw a lady right today. She was like, hearing that Jay-Z raped a 13-year-old girl, my stomach turned. Not allegedly, nothing. He did it. He did it. Didn't read any of the affidavit, none of the the lawsuit, none of it. Just Jay-Z raped this girl. Jay-Z's he's trying to celebrate with his daughter, who has a voice. She did a voice in the Mufasa movie coming out. Blue is one of the characters. She's the character of, I think she plays Simba's, one of the kids, right? And I don't know, somebody's daughter, sister, something. And they're trying to celebrate that. Meanwhile, they're getting mocked, right? How are you out partying when your dad's they're going in on these people who are just trying to raise their family. Now, you're going to say, Challz, your side, somebody told me your fandom is showing. You're acting like a fan. You don't even know this guy. Gang, listen. All of us got a person that they feel like, I don't believe that's that kind of person. I wouldn't be a fan of a person if I thought they could be that kind of person. Let's just be honest. Why would you be a fan of somebody's music if you thought, well, he might rape some girl? Come on, gang, let's be honest. It don't make no sense. So this girl was at this party. She drove there. She's 13-year-old. She drove there in a limousine. Now let's just ask this first honest question. If a random girl comes to, and we know Diddy's crazy. Let's take Diddy out of this, right? Because we're talking about Diddy and Jay is doing this. So let's just start here. If the girl signed an NDA is useless if she write a fake name on it, so they had to see her ID. Right? This stuff going to start let's do some critical thinking. If you tell me to sign an NDA and I don't know your name from holding the wall, an NDA is a legal document. So I can't make you sign a legal document without your identification. She could put Paula Poundstone. She could put any name on there. How is that going to hold up? An NDA is a legal document. It has to be legally enforced. So for me to make you sign an NDA, I need to see your identification first, right? And for me to make you sign an NDA, I still have to have that NDA, or you're going to spill that in about 4 weeks. So he has NDA somewhere on file with this girl's name on it and her whatever they got to prove who she was. So first of all, let's get that NDA. Allegedly, he got 20 years of video, right? He got a damn near island worth of gigabytes of servers. So he got the video, and I'm sure there's a dusty ass NDA with this girl's name on it. So let's get that first, right? Let's start there. We got an NDA, so now we can prove I was at the party, right? Because I know they ain't just throwing parties and letting you sign any kind of name on the paper, so let's start there. So she was at the party, 13-year-old girl at the party. She got a drink, started feeling woozy. She says, I think I was drugged, right? She could have been drugged, right? It's possible, right? Or she could have just took a shot of Henny and got woozy. She's 13. But that's neither here nor there. Let's assume she got drugged. See, I'm going to say the stuff people is scared to say, because a lot of people scared to ask these questions. But at the risk of getting whatever, I'm going to ask these questions. She took a shot of Henny, got woozy. It may have been drugged, right? Now, she's saying she went in the room and Diddy comes, boom, barging in, because she thought she was going to lay down, right? Diddy comes barging in. Oh, now you're ready. Diddy, Jay, an unnamed female assailant, right? That watched the whole thing happen. So at this point, we're placing Diddy, a female assailant who they haven't named, and Jay-Z, who they filed this paperwork in October. They contacted Jay-Z, asked him for a mediation. This is Tony's Busby's words. He asked him for a mediation. He didn't ask him for money. Everybody and their mom know when a lawyer sends another lawyer a paperwork for mediation, that's to sit down and discuss what kind of money you're going to pay me so we don't put the story out. Tony Busby's trying to play dumb. He knows that's what it was, but now he's on Twitter. We never asked you for $1. We asked you for a mediation. That's to discuss the payment. He filed the paperwork. This is what's making Tony Busby look shaky. He filed the paperwork, said Celebrity A, Celebrity B, and Diddy, right? When Jay-Z didn't sit down for the mediation, he brings the paperwork back, put Jay-Z's name on it. Now ask yourself, why they ain't releasing the female's name? You know why they not releasing the female's name? Because she's probably agreeing to pay it. Huh? The female hasn't been named because she's probably paying. Ask yourself, what kind of justice only comes when you don't pay? I'm asking weird-ass questions, gang, because it gotta make sense. If Jay-Z was so guilty, why didn't he just pay it? We would have never known who Celebrity B or A or whatever they was calling him was. He pulled the paperwork back and put Jay-Z's name on it when Jay-Z said, I'm not paying you nothing. Now, Jay-Z anonymously filed paperwork against him. They're not saying who it was, but we know it's Jay-Z. Jay-Z suing him already anonymously because he tried to be like, I'm going to keep this quiet because you didn't say my name yet. As soon as he said his name, he like, bang, bang, let's get it on. Let's get it cracking, right? This is my thing to the people who automatically want Jay-Z to be guilty. If I'm guilty, gang, of something that heinous, I'm paying everything. I'm like, that party back. Oh, yeah, that was the little girl. I'm paying. Why would you not pay? Make it make sense. This is why Diddy's here in the first place. You should have paid Cassie. Diddy's ego is out of control, but we're not talking about Diddy right now. We know Diddy probably did this by himself. And the report side is showing Jay-Z wasn't even in Jersey. I don't know if y'all know what's going on. After the after party, Jay-Z went, after the VMAs that year, Jay-Z went to a party in New York, in Manhattan. They have pictures of it. Diddy went to his after party in Jersey. Now, the geniuses on Twitter are like, oh, like, Jersey's only 20 minutes away. What do you mean? You acting like he couldn't have went there. Yeah, you think so? So, let me get this straight. First of all, and listen, it's possible. But I've been to, especially in the 90s, I went to, from New York to Jersey, I did it mad times, and I'm stuck in the Lincoln Tunnel. It ain't no 20 minutes. I'm just going to be honest. It ain't no 20-minute ride to get to New Jersey from Manhattan. Please stop the nonsense. So, think about this. It's VMAs. It's already late. It's already late. Because if he went to the New York party, he would have had to cut out of that party, then head over, even at night. Even in, I've been stuck in a Lincoln Tunnel at 1 o'clock at night, trying to get to Jersey. So even at night, you're talking about, yeah, come to this part. I'm going to have the... It might have took him an hour to get over there, right? And it's still possible. Let's just be honest. It's still possible. He could have left New York, but that's pretty good. That's a pretty good alibi to me. If I'm in New York at this party, he's in New Jersey at a separate party, it's going to be really hard to place me there. I'm just being honest, gang. It's really hard to place me in Jersey when I got pictures in New York. Maybe that's why Jay-Z's so adamant. Maybe that's why he's so adamant. Because he wasn't there. Now, to me, I know legally, you can say, if you pay me, I won't put this story out. That's what Cassie tried to do. That's what a lot of these people try to do. Tony Busby is starting to be outed for doing that to mad people. If you pay me this sounds like extortion, gang. I'm just being honest. And Jay-Z had a lot to lose. You know why? Because he's never going to win this now. In the public opinion, 60% are never, ever going to say nothing but you raped a 13-year-old. They've been waiting for this because we love this. We love this stuff. We love the negativity. We love to try to bring the people down once they get to a certain level. We raise you up, then we want to crush you. We want to know that you're bad. We want to know that you got demons. We want to know that you did some foul stuff. We love it. So he's never going to get his rep back. He's never, ever going to get his rep back. But to me, if you telling me, Jay, if y'all sit down and y'all speak the right number, yeah, nobody got to know. Me personally, if I'm 13 and y'all pimped me down and gave me and drugged me some stuff and I had to fight my way out the room, according to her lawsuit, she had to fight her way out the room. A 13-year-old girl fought Diddy out and got out the room, gathered her clothes, got out the room, ran to the gas station. The gas station attendant saw her, disheveled and da-da-da. Then she called her dad. Dad came and got her. Now, somebody need to talk to dad. On the night of XYZ after the VMAs, you went to the gas station in New Jersey. Your daughter don't live around here. Why was she there? Why was she disheveled? What happened to her? Right? Come on, Dad. We need to know what happened. Oh, she was assaulted by Diddy and Jay-Z. And then what happened? What did you do, Dad? Because they damn sure came out against Michael Jackson when his ass didn't pay. Right? They tried to lock his ass up. Right? Michael Jackson ended up paying the first kid. It was the second kid they went after him for, if I'm not mistaken, right? It don't work when you pay these people. It still come out. So I'm trying to figure out why dad didn't go on a crusade. You saw R. Kelly, when that dad was like, I can't get my daughter out of there. You shouldn't have put her in the first place. But the dad was like, I can't get my daughter out of there. He didn't let it go. He kept making mad noise until she ended up getting out of there. I mean, it took a lot. Let's be honest. Like, R. Kelly ended up having to go to jail for that girl left out of there. Let's just be honest. But dad didn't stop going for his daughter's safety. So if you pull up to the gas station and she's disheveled, she's distraught, we need to know what happened. We're going to report whoever did this because you didn't do it to yourself. You're 13. You're in New Jersey by yourself. I don't give a damn. Ain't no, you're not telling me. We talking. Make this make sense. You're going to take me right to the house that you just escaped from. Right now. You're going to take me to the house you escaped from, and we're going to find out together, me, you, and the police. But these are the questions that need to be answered. I need to know why dad and the daughter didn't press charges. She's 13. I don't know no 13-year-olds that look 7 and 18. And I'm sure they exist, but as a grown man, you have to know that that's a child. So at some point, that child, ain't no amount of money you're going to stop that from being front page news that a girl broke herself out of Diddy's party. Come on, gang, make it make sense, unless Diddy paid Pop something. Huh? What? So this is what it may seem harsh, gang. I'm just being honest, but it's how many years later? And I know people, and I'm apologizing in advance. Because some people are going to be like, Challz, you're telling victims when to tell their story. You know you're wrong for that. I'm not telling you anything. But when it makes sense, it makes sense. Right? She's doing it anonymously. I have an issue. I understand why you would want to do it anonymously, but to come back at 37 and try to accuse this man, you're bringing this man down publicly. He can't defend himself anonymously. You're bringing him down publicly. I feel like you have to say who you are. Ain't no way around it, because you're looking for a giant bag that's going to change your life. You ain't going to need to worry about nothing. When you get this 30, 40, 50 mil off of Jay, your life changed forever. It don't even matter what people think no more. You're going to be in Tahiti, living your life. You're going to get a yacht. You're going to be good. So we need to know who you are. I'm just being honest, because this man's whole thing is getting shattered. That's the thing. People don't care. They look at these celebrities like, oh, they're expendable. They got a lot of money. Who cares? A lot of these guys are just trying to live like me and you. They're just trying to raise their family and be honorable in society. Even the bad people. Everybody deserves their day in court, but they need to know who they're fighting. Right? Because his lawyer may find out this girl was never at that party. But without her name, how can we find out? See, this thing with Tony Busby is getting sketchy. It's getting funky. And some of the stuff ain't making a lot of sense. If it makes sense, line it up. Line it up. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, this A, B, and C. But this is a lot of this story is starting to kind of make me be like, so it got to all line up perfectly. You got to have a limousine driver to take her to Diddy's house. You got to have her sign an NDA with no ID at 13 years old. If I'm smart enough to make you sign an NDA, I'm smart enough to know I can't make you do something that, as a 13-year-old, without knowing who you are. I got to know your name. At this point, you're just a random runaway, right? I have to believe that there was a female in the room that watched this. That's a publicly, a very famous woman risking everything, right? Whoever it is, see, we want to believe the most ridiculous, some random lady that's risking everything, right? She's risking everything to just watch. She watching J-Lo. I mean, it could be J-Lo, whoever. She's watching Diddy and Jay-Z back and forth, some teenager, right? And just watching. that's a deviant. Because for me, I know these daggone female celebrities, they protect their career with their life. They not risking it for nothing. And I can't think of a bigger way to risk that than being at some party watching this girl get assaulted, knowing she's young. Ain't no way around that. Drugged? But these are the questions nobody cares about because they want to believe that Jay did this. They want to believe it. And you want me to believe it. Well, guess what, gang? I'm sorry to tell you. It don't make sense to me. I don't get a man who has zero accusations up until now, all of a sudden flipping, and now he's this deviant that wants to do all these heinous things. Make it make sense. But you're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. Right? You ain't got to get in my comments trying to tell me you don't know what these people do. Well, I don't know. Right? And you don't either. So you made your mind up and I made mine up. Until we see it, it got to make sense. It just doesn't add up. I'm just sorry to tell you. I can't make peace with it. Some stuff adds up, some stuff doesn't. This girl is 13. She's woozy and drugged, but she fought off Diddy, got her clothes, got out this house, ran to the gas station. Now, Diddy's this heinous monster, drugging and doing all this stuff. But he just let her shoot down the street, barefoot, running. Because that's what usually happens, right? I'm going to leave it at this. I don't know. You're right. I don't know. But if you're asking me my opinion, which is why people click my videos, my opinion is I need more information. And I don't think Jay-Z's that kind of person until proven otherwise. I'm just sorry to tell you. And the guilty by association thing, it really don't work for me. You need more, it needs evidence. Right? If that's the case, there's a lot of people should be going to jail because they hang with a certain dude. And I'm just being honest. I don't know what to tell you, gang. Tony Busby is starting to look very sketchy. If you start to look into this guy's history, he's looking like Jay said, an ambulance chaser. He looks like a guy who's shaking people down. And there's a lot of celebrities that's scared. A lot of celebrities just gonna pay that money. He probably got nice bags. He got a lawsuit against him now about a guy he went and got him money for being injured at work. Come to find out, he's giving the guy his money, but he's making it a loan. The guy's own money, he made it a loan and charged the guy 60% to give him his own money. And now he went to court for that. And he's not the first person that he's done that to. So let's be careful before we start putting all these eggs in a basket because it's going to look crazy. Now, I don't care what way you look at me after this, but that's how it is. I feel like look at the big picture, look at who's presenting the picture, and look at the whole picture. You give me one more example of Jay-Z doing anything to any teens ever, right? Please don't say Aaliyah because you don't know what happened with him and Aaliyah. And please don't say Beyonce because him and Beyonce technically was together. She was 19. I'm just being honest. I don't know what to tell you. And on that note, I'm going to get out of here. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate y'all watching. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.